What's going on, people? It's your man, the YB, back once again. So, we got some breaking news for you, man. No, regarding Alexander. Very nice. I like how much. Usyk responding to Martin, the Congolese bull. Is he Congolese? I think he's Congolese. The Congolese bull. That's really, when you think about the continent of Africa, if you were to select a bull, Congo's edgy, right? Got all the diamonds and that. It's a bit of a mad trade out there. So them man are proper old school. The Congolese cats, man. 100%. Anyway, Martin, the Congolese bull, Bakole, as we know, I've reported on it. Pulitzer Prize winning journalist, the YB, put you man on with a story that no one heard before. Bakole telling people he stopped Alexander Usyk. Who else he stopped? Someone else. I don't know. He stopped a whole bag of people. He'd aspire. He'd a gym warrior for sure. He undefeated in the gym. That's what you best believe. Anyway, Usyk responds to reports he was stopped by number one ranked heavyweight Bakole. Here we go. Martin Bakole is publicly leaked via the YB Pulitzer Prize winning journalist that he stopped Alexander Usyk with a body shot in sparring. Blah 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 blah. Here we go. What's this? He sparred Fury, Joshua and Usyk and held his own each and every time. He stopped Usyk in so this right here is Billy Nelson. Billy Nelson's he is Bakole's trainer. So he's agreeing with Bakole, saying, which is quite unusual really. Normally there's more of a class to trainers. Even when Dubois was saying he stopped AJ or whatever, knocked AJ down, or you didn't hear Martin Bowers come out and say, I'm not sure actually, he might have done, but I certainly didn't see. I didn't see Martin Bowers saying, yeah, that was AJ's ass kind of thing. So it's quite unusual. Does it add weight? I'm not sure. I think he's been talking about sparring for a while. Obviously, he smoked on Jared Anderson's feminine sounding ass, but still, we're yet to see Bakole in there. He's decent. Anyway, I'll keep waffling on. So, Martin Bakole's trainer said he sparred Fury, Johnston, Usyk and held his own each and every time. He stopped Usyk in sparring, so why would he not think he could beat him? It's fact. I mean, have you ever heard Usyk saying it never happened? And Bakole's repeated that phrase and really adds weight, right? Equally, there's an argument, well, what's that phrase? Kings don't concern themselves with the jabber of peasants, essentially. So it could be one of them. Either way, don't know why I said that for, because Usyk has responded, and the response is here. The Ukrainian doesn't usually respond to leaked sparring stories, but after the Congolese premium heavyweight bull made his first statement last year, Usyk said via Vringe that people shouldn't believe everything they hear. Here's the quote. People can make up different stories, but people shouldn't necessarily believe everything they hear. Do not forget that boxing is not only a sport but a show. Therefore, many want to draw attention to themselves for PR or other purposes. Now, what I will say is, man, this is quite unusual. I ain't gonna lie to you. And you can say, well, Usyk's a transcended one. He's just he's too much in the ether to be in the mix like that. But really, he didn't say no, did he? Yeah? He didn't say no. So, for example, when Bakole said things about Joe Joyce, Joe Joyce said, listen, Bakole, I touched you to the body and you went to the toilet. And I believe Joe. I do believe, if I was to bet on who I believe more, Joe Joyce said he didn't say he stopped Bakole. He said he whacked him to the body and he had to hop out to go to the toilet. That's suspect. Yeah? If you're sparring someone, all of a sudden they do a toilet after you whack them to the body, you got stopped. So, I believe Joe did that to Bakole. And I think Bakole said he knocked out Joe Joyce in sparring as well, did he? Bakole, Joe Joyce sparring. Let's see, so Joe Joyce says here, Bakole pulled out of the spar. Listen, I believe that. Joe's never been that guy to make stories up. Wild sparring footage leaked of Martin Bakole. Oh, wait a minute. Has leaked a video himself getting the better of Joe Joyce in sparring. Oh, that's what it was then. So Bakole put out the leaked spar. Let's have a look at it, shall we? See what was going on. Oh no, what's that there? Oh no, Bakole's doubled over. Bakole's doubled over. Joe Joyce hit him with a double over in the bucket, man. All we need now is Bakole's mum there stroking his head. Oh, that's mad. Anyway, let's see the leak. So Joe Joyce in the white. Oh, Joe's slow. Oh, molasses. Oh. He knocked the head guard spark off him, man. But this is wrong. I've got to say this. It's wrong, man, to do this kind of thing. It's wrong. Not because I believe the footage should be out there. It's to cut it up. That's what pisses me off about people. Don't be doing that, man. That's corny. Right? If you're saying you smoke someone in sparring, generically in boxing, the narrative is, oh, you should never spar and stays in the gym and never talk about it. I couldn't give a... If you're going to leak anything, no, don't be doing that. Oh, I'm going to chop all the highlights up and put them together. That's whack. If you're going to put sparring out, get an X amount of minutes footage and you put it out there and you say that was his arse. The minute someone puts out their best highlights, I'm skeptical. Because that implies, oh, I whooped his ass the whole way through. Guess what, people? If you whooped his ass the whole way through, you could have put a 20-minute highlight out of the whole lot, right? See how I butchered this guy every round. The fact you have to select parts tells me, I mean, I ain't gonna lie, the way it looked like, from this leaked footage, it looks like Joe would never get a look in edgeways. To be honest, it's just all over. Ooh. Slick as well, Bakole, right? I think a lot of Joe's great chin, a lot of that good chin, man, was spent in the gym, as is always the case. I'm a believer in that. If you look at the Ingle gym, they say that, or for a lot of sparring I've heard, they do it to the body. I think that look at Joe Joyce, man. Yeah, Zhang took a little bit, but look at that. Right? How many times did you have? I've seen AJ teeing off on Joyce, and that's just one session. Joe's probably doing X amount of spars a week and over 40 years. This dude's 50 years old, people. 50 years old. For 20 years, he'd be getting his head, or X amount of years, he'd be getting his head knocked in 3 times a week. You can't tell me that is good. He's going to keep your chin stiff, and we know it's not anyway. Get your chin. Once your chin's loose as a goose, it's a bit like traditionally or proverbially, they say if a woman has kids, their min just like boop. Never the same kind of thing. One of them ones. Same as Joe Joyce's chin. Once your chin falls off, man, look at... I don't believe, before Zhang, there's no way Chisora would ever put Joe Joyce down, ever. Anyway, I've digressed, man. Oh, look. Bakole fell off. Is he praying? I don't know. He's praying to the gods of the body shop. How did he end up on his knees? Okay. So Joe Joyce is in the corner with his head guard on. That's important, people. I've got to say that. So even here, this kind of lets slip that Bakole, and this is well known as well, some cats in sparring, particularly fighting more aerobic based, or even in any sport, people know their advantages. And it could be the case here that Bakole got in there, give his best go for a few rounds. Joe's just warming up, and then Bakole's doing the, oh, I'm sick kind of thing. Because look, watch this. Not traditionally, if you finish a spar, your head guard comes straight off. No one wants to be standing around in a head guard. So if you say to me that... So this happens. That happens. And then... You got Joe Joyce in the corner, I think. Let's have a look. It's just moody. Bakole's doubled over. Joe Joyce is there. He's walking around with his head guard on, looking like he's having a rest. Bakole's doubled over. Look. You can see Joe Joyce there. That's not a finished spar, people. You wouldn't be swanning around looking for us. Oh, why is it doing that for? That's bare annoying. They keep putting their shitty ads all over the front of it. I can't see the video. No one wants to watch the moody videos talk sport. Get out of my way. Bare annoying. So Martin's doubled over and Joe Joyce is standing there, look there, looking at him, saying, are we fixing to go or not? This wasn't a spar. I'm going to tell you now. Not the end of the spar. That was not supposed to be the end of the spar. Yeah? If at the end of a spar, Joe Joyce ain't going to be standing there with his head guard on, just looking at Bakole. He's going to get out of the ring, take it off and whatever else. Start stretching himself. So Bakole blew his load, / got touched to the body, and he's doubled over, which is quite contradictory really. Like, wild sparring footage leaked to Martin Bakole sending Joe Joyce's head guard flying. So that's the footage that Bakole's celebrating. In reality, though, I'm questioning, like, Joe took the shots ultimately. And Joe's story is Bakole bottled the rest of the spar. He got out early. I've never seen someone doubled over with a spit bucket, a sick bucket there. So Bakole jacked the sparring. He can say he was sick. That's cap. You quit, in my opinion. I ain't got no sympathy for someone. If you beat the brakes off someone, imagine that. Imagine you having a spar with someone, yeah? They beat the brakes off you for 2-3 rounds and then double over pretending they're sick. That's cap. Because you weren't that sick when you punched my head in. Don't do that. Don't blow your load. Get some good rounds in. Get some footage. No doubt. What's his name? Billy Nelson was there. I bet Billy said to Bakole, yeah, go in there and just put it on him for 2 rounds and then we'll double over and jump on the floor. That's whack, man. Joe Joyce won that spar on this basis. People, if you spar anyone, I don't care what they do to you. Let's say you spar someone and they beat the brakes off you 2 rounds and then they end up doubled over in a spit bucket. You won. Fact. That's corny. You're supposed to be a big old Congolese bull. What are you doing with the spit bucket out? All sorry looking. And that's what Joe Joyce said. And now we've got the evidence of it. Joe Joyce said, Bakole pulled out of the spar and went to the toilet, which is exactly what we saw. He doubled over, pretending to be sick, and he went to the toilet, had to cancel the spar. So I don't know why Bakole put that footage out, man. That wasn't a good look, to be honest. He should have just kept it with the rumours. And that's one thing, you got to be sceptical of Bakole's sparring stories now, because he didn't mention that part, did he? He didn't say, yeah, I beat the brakes off Joe Joyce and then I had to go to the toilet and had to bend on my knees to be in the spit bucket, did he? He missed that part out, which is corny. And it tells me you're trying to obfuscate the truth. So I'm glad that I went with my initial heart. My initial heart was I believe Joe Joyce, because he ain't never been a talker or anything like that. He's straight up. So he was right. He won that spar and Bakole quit. As far as the Usyk story goes, it could be the case that Bakole's talking shit again. Well, it could be the case. Oh, who knows? It would have been nice, though, for Usyk to come out and say, Bakole, you bugging. You never touched me to the body. But looking at the size of Bakole and his skills, I can see it happening. And Usyk hasn't shut it down. Yeah, we all know that people can say lies for clout to build whatever. But did it happen or not? That's the question. And you say, oh, I don't really respond to it. But you are responding to it now. And you're kind of airy-fairying around it. That sounds to me, to some extent, you're either a transcended kind of god where you just don't get involved with them little bickery things, which could be the case for Usyk. He does tend to have that kind of air about him, like he's just, oh, you know what I mean? He's one of them kind of transcended ones. Equally though, you are soft to the body. That's the only thing. If Usyk here was known to be solid to the body, but he's a crybaby to the body, I'm gonna be frankly honest with you, man. Yeah, listen, I rate Usyk, but in recent history, in the last 20 years, I've never seen someone softer to the body. In every fight, in AJ fights, AJ was touching him there. Usyk looking for the referee, which I just haven't seen before. So he is particularly soft to the body. Dubois hit him with a legal shot, in my opinion. He doubled over for 5 minutes. I'm not sure about the Fury fight, to be fair, but Fury can't punch. So he probably weren't bothered by the body shots. In fact, ironically, it was the headshot that got Usyk in the end. That's how much... And Fury was banging. Fury was slapping away to the body. Fury was slapping away to the body, yeah, and he couldn't hurt the guy who's super soft to the body. That's mad. But yeah, if I was to bet, gun to my head, YB, did Usyk get rocked by a body shot by Bakole? Based on what we've seen here, I have to say, I probably think so, to be fair. I probably think he did get rocked to the body. I think he's soft to the body. That's just what I believe. We've seen him be soft to the body. And Bakole does have that. He could do it. It's not like, I don't know, if Dave Allen told me he rocked Usyk to the body, I'd call cap. And also the fact Billy Nelson is shilling it for whatever reason, that carries weight too. And obviously, ultimately, Usyk's just saying here, he's just telling us generic things. Right? He could come out and say, oh, you're talking about Bakole. Box your head off. And Bakole did say as well, he said, what did he say? What did Bakole? Bakole said, we're not allowed to record in them big camps. Naturally, the A side, essentially the person you're employed by, they determine all the sparring footage IP, intellectual property people. Meaning that Usyk really could put it out. That would probably be, you know how he's sitting here waffling like he's like above that? Oh, people do this and I'm above that. The better thing to do if you're truly transcended is not say nothing. Get that 20-minute or X amount of minute sparring footage and bosh it all out uncut and say, Bakole, not even say nothing, just put it out there. And people will say, hey, at Bakole, where this knockdown at? Oops. So he half responded to it, and my conclusion would be I do believe Usyk got dropped to the body by Bakole. Anyway, let me know your thoughts, people. Smash the like button, subscribe, like with the bell, 100%. There's no doubt about this. Stop it.